Has what's unfolded here fundamentally altered for the worse the foundation of our global financial system?
Look, just in a joking manner, I think CNBC is going to sue CNN for intruding on their financial analysis and all of that. And what I just heard in terms of the market analysis, I mean, like, that's to me is pure spin. You had the highest rise in stock market history yesterday. Of course, there's going to be a little pullback. The question is, what spin are you going to put on it back? It's just a normal retracement after a big day. It's no big deal. Let's look at where we are, and this is what's the good news for the American people. If you simply look where we are now, we've got a 10% global tariff in place, and we're taking in about probably $4 billion a day. Well, we were losing $4 billion. We're taking in about $2 or $3 billion now. So that's all to the good. We're clawing back some of that dangerous trade deficit, and we've set a 90-day negotiation in motion where at least 90 countries now want to come in and see us. And what they're going to do is literally offer us collectively hundreds and hundreds of billions of dollars of opportunity to bring manufacturing here, to sell energy there, and do all sorts of things to balance our trade. We are in a beautiful place. And look, folks in the media keep trying to stir people up, panic people, when yesterday we had the perfect result from the kind of negotiation Donald Trump does. Now, the bond market, I don't know what you're upset about the bond market. We have yields coming down, which is great news for people who want to get a mortgage and home builders and all of that market. And for people who have consumer credit debt, that's good news. For people who want to go out and buy a car.
We've seen more selling of U.S. Treasuries, which again is the foundation of
the
whole
auction
thing.
went fine yesterday. To be clear, the auction went fine. And for your viewers, what they had, the Treasury opens up a window for I think something like 15 or 30 minutes, and there's a bid, and we had a lot of participation in it. It went fine, and because the rest of the world thinks this is the best place to be. So I'm trying to figure out what's the problem. We've set in motion this beautiful negotiation schedule. We're going to have India, Australia, Great Britain, the EU, Japan, South Korea. They're all coming in. They've all been cheating us, and we're all going to get good deals from them to help the American people. We should be cheering.
I want to get to the timing on that in just a moment. But you said that what happened yesterday was beautiful with the stock market going up. It was clearly a reaction to what President Trump decided to do. Were you in the room? Were you a voice advocating for this pause? And just in a straightforward way, were you in the room with the president when he made this decision?
So that's the wrong question to ask. Was I part of the process?
Were you in the room?
Hang on.
Were you in the room?
You don't understand how this works. You don't have to be in the room to.
Well, with President Trump, actually, you often do.
Hang on. I never talk about that. I went to prison for this. I never talk about what happens in there. What happens in the Oval.
I'm not asking what was said, sir. I'm asking, were you there or were you not?
Let me tell you about the process, okay? The process is we've got Scott Bessent, Howard Lutnick, Jamieson Greer, Kevin Hassett, J.D. Vance, myself, Steve Marion at the CEA. We all discuss all these things, and we provide advice to the president, and he ultimately makes the decision. Everybody was on side, and everybody was in the loop on this, except for poor Jamieson, because he was on the hill doing
testifying.
his job.
Let me play a little bit of what
people who criticize Jamieson Greer for not knowing about it when he's sitting in front of a congressional hearing. I mean, that's not fair to the guy. I love Jamieson Greer.
Well, it's not necessarily fair to send him into the hearing without some heads up here. But hold on a second. I just want to play for you what Kevin Hassett, one of the people on this team that you just outlined, had to say earlier today about this. Watch.
Sure.
The person who, right at the final minute, was with the president when the president decided to do the pause that we had been talking about all along was Secretary Lutnick. Secretary Lutnick and Secretary Bessent were in the room for the final call with the president.
Now, is there daylight?
What I heard Kevin Hassett say was the people who were in the room were the ones who had been talking to the rest of it. It doesn't matter who's in the room. The boss calls it, whatever. That's not the point. The point is that this team